Hi, ladies. It's that time. I have my first holiday function coming up. Uh, it's a bring a dessert. And yes, Pajama Granny eats desserts very rarely. And she's picky about what she eats, of course, because she likes dark chocolate. And if you're not at the stage where you can bake and not overeat the whole pan, or if you're baking every day, you can't eat a piece of everything you bake, so you have to be careful about that. If you're not at that stage, then buy the desserts and don't open them until you get there, and then you have people around you and you maybe won't overeat. I know there's a lot of people with overeating food issues, and that's another thing that I don't deal with, so you have to find what's right for you. I will say that a lot of people will say they eliminate sugar, and that's great if you can eliminate sugar, if that's part of what you need to do. However, I caution you, don't, and I don't want to get in trouble with anybody, don't use the artificial sweeteners. I'm sorry. Even when they first came out and they were very popular, I don't know how popular they are now, I still didn't use them. It's like, I want the real raw thing that my great-grandmother and grandmother and mother used. I don't want lab sugars. And I think if you do your research, you'll find out that what's in those lab sugars are not healthy for us. They're even worse than regular sugar. So my philosophy is, if I'm gonna eat it, I want the real thing, and I know my body, and I just have to know what to eliminate and what not. So we're all different. I know I'm baking, and I'm not encouraging someone else to bake and eat and gain those 2 pounds that they just lost. So, oh yeah, I received a early Christmas gift, a new apron. I feel like Minnie Mouse. So back to the baking. I don't want you to do it if it's going to make you go off of your eating plan. However, I have Rambo, my sourdough starter, and I don't throw away any of the discard that they call. If you don't know anything about sourdough, you don't know what I'm talking about, but every day you have to feed your sourdough and you have some left over. And some people will throw that discard away. However, there's a lot of recipes online that you can look up that you can use that discard for. And one of them is brownies. And since I have to go to the function and I already had everything in house, that's what they're getting, my sourdough brownies. And I've no kickbacks or anything from this company, and I don't know if they're still out there or not. I found this at Grocery Outlet. They are a plant-based dark chocolate morsel. And I did try the milk chocolate because I have somebody in the family that likes milk chocolate, and they did not like them. And I only use dark chocolate for anything for me. And in the brownies, they're fine. So if you want the brownie recipe, get it at pajamagranny@gmail.com. Ask for it and I'll send it to you. But I have my sugars there, and then my eggs all whipped up and ready to go. And just remember, the holidays are upon us. I know that. And some of us don't bake, and that's great if you don't bake. Hopefully you don't get a lot of desserts, so you won't be tempted to eat them. Remember, you can always, of course, I'm not a dietitian, and if you do have food allergies, or you're diabetic, or you're an overeater food person and you're trying to get help with that, make sure you seek out the right people. I'm not that person for you. Okay, so the sugars and the eggs are blended up. Then you just melt the butter and my chocolate chips and some vanilla, and you want it to cool before you pour it in with the egg mixture, or your eggs will cook, and we don't want that to happen. But anyways, if you do have dietary problems, you want to make sure you're seeking out the right person. And going to fake sugars is what I'm calling them, or sugar substitutes. Even if your dietitian recommends those, I would do your own research and double check on having that. There are lots of other substitutes that you can use. I do have a girlfriend, very close friend, who is a diabetic and has been able to control hers with the proper food, and she still can enjoy what she used to. She just knows the right amounts for her body, for her insulin. And you could do the same thing. Reach out and get help from somebody that knows how to do it without using alternative sugars. But once you get to your body weight goal or your inches goals, even before you get there, if you're eating right, making and baking to me is not a problem. And I hope you can get that same way. And the magic ingredient, sourdough discard. This is from Rambo, and goes in the brownie mix. So remember, we're all on this path together, and we all struggle together. That's why we are out of shape, is what I'm calling it. Over the years, we got out of shape, lost control, and now it's time to get it back. And I enjoy baking. There are certain things that I'm asked to make every Christmas holiday. Brownies aren't one of them, but they're getting brownies this year, and they may get a lot of brownies this year because Rambo's giving me a lot of discard, and I need to use it up. So brownies is very simple and easy for me to make. Now I have my flour and salt in this, and remember, you always want to mix your salt really, really good with your flour before you add the other ingredients. So this is all whipped because I don't want to over stir the flour mixture. So I put in the chocolate mixture, and I just want you to enjoy the holidays and not stress over, can I bake this? How can I not bake this? I know store-bought desserts, there are a lot of good ones out there, and you don't have to buy a huge amount going to your function. I look at it that, you know, you're invited to a function, there's going to be 30 ladies there, 30 desserts. We don't need huge amounts. And if you bring a dozen store-bought cookies and you cut them in half so that they'll get to more people, to me, that's a great thing to do, because you are helping somebody else out not to overeat a treat that they want to enjoy with the ladies at the function that I'm going to. I get that. And of course I will have a protein shake before I go. And it's just a dessert get together. So everyone should eat before they get there. If they don't, they will overeat all the desserts. So I will make sure I have my protein shake as I'm driving there, so I'll be full. And then, yes, I can enjoy a cup of coffee. Oh, look, this is good for your bat wings. Stir, but I'm not supposed to over stir. I'm getting carried away here. Have a cup of coffee and a dessert, whether I split 2 or 3 desserts and it makes up one, or I just eat one. that's just a way that I've been able to, you know, help out my lady friends. We share desserts and don't overbuy, you know, a great big pie that will feed 30 people. And I have it just makes a little 9 by 13 amount for this batch. Oh, the flour's not mixed all the way. Blooper, blooper. All right, so I thought I was over mixing the flour, and I didn't completely mix the flour. So I thought I went deep down in the bowl. So it's okay. It's not gonna bother the brownies. I will just mix up this flour. So just remember, ladies, if you do like to bake, want to bake, maybe do it with somebody so that you're not tempted to bake brownies like halfway through and then sit there and spoon out and eat the ooey gooey half-baked brownies. I've done it. I know someone else who does it. She won't even bake brownies anymore because she still will eat the half-cooked pan before they're done. I can eliminate that problem and just bake my brownies till they're done. Let them cool, slice them, and then put them in the freezer. Yes, frozen brownies can be taken out and thawed. I know, or eaten frozen. I understand all that. There's always a way if you want to eat something that you don't want or you shouldn't have. There's always a way to find around it to make it happen. It's an excuse. That's what they're called. So, yes, even though I bake these and freeze them, and they're supposed to be there for my function, I could cheat. I could overindulge, whatever you want to say, and ruin it for all my hard work and get into them. But for me, I can do this. All right. So, sourdough discard brownies off into the oven. Ladies, thank you for being here with me. And I'm not doing this to get you off your fuel plan and your fit plan. I just want you to know that we can have a normal life and enjoy things that we used to enjoy. We just don't need to overdo it. There is a way, and I am living proof of that way. So get your fit on, get your sourdough brownies going. If you don't do sourdough, maybe you know somebody who does sourdough and they throw their discard away. Easy for you, score for you. Then you can start making your own sourdough, and you can even make bread out of the sourdough discard. So somebody that's throwing it away, you might want to get in touch with them and hook up and be their helper of not wasting their sourdough that they're working so hard at. All right, ladies, see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.